So, good evening. It is 11:52 p.m. Actually, I have the time wrong, y'all. It's 10:53. I don't know how I jumped 1 hour ahead, but 11:52 may be an angel number or a synchronistic number or time that means something to somebody. 11:52 would break down to a 9. You might want to look up angel number 11:52. I usually do 4-digit angel numbers in certain readings, like ancestral readings, so it's no coincidence that I said that. I don't know what 11:52 means off top, so you may want to look it up, but it is 10:53. You may also want to look up 10:53 because 10:53 also equals 9. So angel number 10:53, angel number 11:52, and also angel number 99 will be significant to some of you listening to this message. Now, I got up out of my partial sleep to record this message because every night I get visions, I get downloads, I have astral travel or astral missions and experiences, paranormal experiences every night, just about pretty much every night, yeah, that I can remember. Some I can remember and some I can't. But I know that I know that this stuff is active every night. And please pardon the jingling, but I always have on keys and stuff around my neck. So and talismans and stuff. But what I'm about to tell you is very, very, very important. And I don't know if the people that I'm going to elaborate on are ready for this information. Okay, well, my guys just said that they're ready. Okay, they're ready. They gotta be ready because I'm about to tell you. So, I'm telling you now. It's almost 8/26, August 26th. So we write at August 25th. So you gotta be ready for me to be telling you now, because otherwise I wouldn't be telling you. Otherwise I wouldn't have seen what I saw, and wouldn't have heard what I heard. Okay. And I have confirmed this with them, the higher powers. I have confirmed this with the U.S. government, and I have confirmed this with the so-called powers that be, what I abbreviate as the PTB, all caps. They have given me permission to give this information to you. And let me start out by saying that this is in no ways or in no way meant to endanger anybody, make anybody feel funny, make anybody feel weird. It's not meant for that. It's meant to give the people the information that want the information, that need the information. They may have been, I don't know if these people, or these women, because they're all women that I'm about to talk about. No disrespect, pardon me, to the men, and pardon the congestion and the sinus stuff, because this is what happens when I start channeling. But no disrespect to the men, not leaving the men out at all. To the gentleman that emailed me, messaged me on my website Messenger, I got your message. I gotta write you back tomorrow because I'm not online. I'm not in, quote unquote, in the office. And I am recording this offline as well. And when it's recorded, then I will upload it. So I will write you back tomorrow, okay, 8/26, and this information I'm giving because of, number one, my spiritual authority, my spiritual rank, my responsibility, my mission, and because I was told that I needed to tell it. I confirmed with powers, principalities, and the Most High, Creator and Creatrix, whether I should give this information. I confirmed with the U.S. government, with the powers that be, the angels, the ancestors, etc., and they said yes. And I asked them, do I need to record and upload this information right now and tell them? And they said yes. So knowing me, I've been known to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and do whatever they tell me to do at the time that they tell me to do it. Okay, so before I go into it, I want to give a legal disclaimer. This is all spiritual communication. I have no written documentation of these things being true. It's spiritual. Okay? So the reasons that this information is going to be given is for the highest good of the parties that are involved, and also for the highest good of those listening, that they may be activated, and also the parties that I'm talking about. I'm not going to tell their names, their YouTube names. Okay, I'm not going to tell their, I'm going to give codes and hints because that's how I was told to do it, and that's how I have to do some things. I'm not allowed to say, for example, Deborah Brown is Archangel Haniel. I'm not allowed to name people like that sometimes. Okay, I'm not allowed to say, oh, Susie Q over on YouTube channel XYZ is yada yada yada. Sometimes I'm able to identify people like that, like I identified Beyonce as a nymph or a water goddess, and I also identified Brainy Lee, YouTuber Brainy Lee, as a seraphim, a seraph. Okay, as a seraph, excuse me. Sometimes they will tell me to specifically identify the person like that, but with these ladies, because of who they are and because of the amount of hate they get, okay, the hate people give them, but also the love, I'm going to speak in code, and hopefully they will hear it and know that it's them. Hopefully the transmission will activate their spirit or ping their spirit, and they will know that I'm speaking to them. As far as I know, all 4 of them do listen or will listen to this, and I am pretty confident, well, fully confident, that the guides and ancestors and higher powers, and even the powers that be in the U.S. government, who listens to me and is a protector of people like me, and deities like myself incarnated here, will make sure that they hear my message, even if they have to put it up as a recommendation on these ladies' pages or on their phones, okay? Or even a subscriber will send it to them as a link. Either way, they're going to get it somehow. All right. Where do I start? So I'm going to start with this lady who I just mentioned, and it wasn't no coincidence that I just mentioned her yesterday, August 24th, when I spoke about it's the upload called Payback's a Bitch, where I was talking about the divas of devilment, and I mentioned this lady who had to call out another spiritualist, also a reader, for some other disagreement and some foolishness, and how I don't know the details of how that started, but apparently this other reader that got called out threw this lady under the bus. Now, how did I actually end up hearing that message? Because I had not listened to this lady's content in a long time, and I've always respected her, and when I was listening and I was subscribed, I always gave her very positive energy and encouraged her, and always, and I shouted her out a lot on my main channel and stuff. But then one day she threw a sneak diss at me. This was a year ago. I'm not holding no hard feelings from that, but sometimes my energy triggers people. It's just what it is. This lady lives in the Bay Area of California. She is slightly older than me. No, I'm not talking about professional high priestess. I'm not talking about her. I'm not talking about Arjuna. This lady is slightly older than me. She wears her hair shaved on the sides, or on at least one side, and she has locks in the top, like me. This lady is very versed in the spiritual aspect, history, black history, indigenous culture, etc. And she speaks a lot about energies and current events. And she recently made an upload about art, which I listened to today. I was drawn to it today. And the fact of art, specifically murals, pushing energies and spells and incantations and frequencies out into communities where the mural may be, and or they can do the opposite, which is draw it in. This is true. She spoke specifically and said that occultism is an art. It is. It's known as a black art. It's true. So I listened to that today, and I really enjoyed that message. And that was, I would listen to that message today, and I listened to the one yesterday about another reader throwing her under the bus, lying, allegedly lying, etc. I made a short little comment about that. How I was drawn back to this lady's channel after not listening for a long period of time was one of my subscribers and YouTube friends who does content put up a live stream, and I saw the title of his live stream and it had her name in it. So this is a synchronicity showing that it's time. It was time for me to pay her attention. Okay, because he put up his live stream on Monday, something about two YouTubers, her and this other man, having a disagreement, and this other man is quite problematic. Not going to get into that. And I saw his title and I'm like, oh, okay, that's unusual. I mean, I knew a long time ago, like many months ago, that he listened to her and enjoys her content, and he comments on her channel. But I was surprised to see her name in his live stream title. Now, I don't know if he's still going to do the stream or what, or did it, but I saw it, and that piqued my interest, and my spirit was activated to pay attention to her. So I go to her channel to find out, what is this beef about, or this disagreement, or this foolishness going on with this male YouTuber that can't seem to keep can't seem to keep her name out of his motherfucking mouth. I ain't never liked that nigga. I'ma just say that. I ain't never liked that nigga. That little bobble-headed, pumpkin-headed motherfucker. I ain't never liked that nigga. I'm not talking about the subscriber. I'm talking about the rival nigga that got a problem with her. I ain't never liked that motherfucker. Even when that other reader that allegedly threw you under the bus, Queen Empress, I never liked him then. Even when she was promoting him back when, I think it was around the early time, right after Hermes Ascadome passed away, okay, or transitioned, rather. I never liked that motherfucker back then, meaning that man. So, this lady, I'm pretty sure everybody who's into the occult sector or spiritual sector can figure out who I'm talking about right now. It ain't too many women from the Bay Area with their sides shaved with locks in the top like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't too many women that speak on these topics with their hair like that on this platform. But I'm not allowed to say her YouTube name, okay, for this particular bit, even though I said her YouTube name yesterday in a different stream. For some reason, the frequency of this, they don't want me to say her YouTube name. Okay. Today, when I listened to her message about art and the Huey P. Newton, defacing of the Huey P. Newton art bust, I really enjoyed that talk, and I was like, I listened to her message, and then I ended up taking a nap late afternoon. And in this nap, she was telling me she was actually astrally present. We were somewhere on astral. It was like in a house, and she was telling me information, but I don't remember what the information was. And that's what happens on astral sometimes when it's something important, or it's a significant order that I'm getting, or a significant download that I'm getting. She'll, not just she, but women or people will tell me something, and even gods will tell me something, or spirits will tell me something, and I can't remember what they said, and it's for my own security, and it's for the security of whatever they're saying. But I also told you that happened between me and Jaguar Wright. Well, this lady just asked the other day, where is Jaguar Wright? And then today I saw on Chess Not Checkers Entertainment TV, Chess Not Checkers TV, that Jaguar Wright has made a comment about Aaliyah. So Empress just asked, where is Jaguar Wright? Yesterday. And then today, 8:25, Jaguar Wright pops up. Y'all gonna understand why I'm saying this in a minute. About how she said, where is Jaguar? And Jaguar pops up. Because I told y'all that I said on my main channel, I was one of the first people in the spiritual community to come out publicly on their channel and say, I believe Jaguar last year. And Jaguar that very night pulled me in on Astral. She heard my message, either through actual hearing, audio, like I'm talking now, voice to skull, or through the ethers. She heard me. And she pulled me in on Astral, and she was telling me a lot of information that I can't remember. I was just listening, and I verified. I came out and I verified, and I said, people are really after her because they were after her on Astral. Agent type characters, Men in Black type characters were really after her on Astral. I was there to witness it. This has happened with other women, empresses, divine femmes, whichever you like to call them, matriarchs, crones, highly spiritually in tune women, specifically Black women and indigenous women. This has happened with them where I have been invited to them to see them on Astral, to visit with them on Astral, and I can verify. No, haters come out and say, that ain't where she really lived. Yes, the fuck it is, because I was there in astral form. That is where she lives. She invited me to her house. So this has happened. So Jaguar invited me in back then. And if you want to hear that Jaguar Wright episode, you have to go down my timeline on my main channel. You'll see it. So Empress from the Bay Area was telling me some information today, and I don't remember what it was, but I just remember she was talking and I was absorbing, and it wasn't a very long experience because I didn't take a nap for long, and then I came out of it. But my point is, I tapped into her message and listened to her message before I went to sleep, and then I was instantly there with her. So I don't know if she picked up my spirit when I was listening or what. But either way, I wanted her to know I got whatever you told me. It's encoded. I got it. I just can't remember what it is consciously. You are a god. They wanted me to say God. They didn't say goddess. They said you are a god. Now, it doesn't mean you're not a goddess, but they said God. They didn't address the goddess aspect. Let me tell you how this happened. So after the experience, when I fell asleep and you told me what you needed to tell me on Astral, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you did tell me some stuff, and it was of a magical or occult nature or some kind of secret nature. And you spoke very powerfully and succinctly, just like you do in your videos. And I absorbed and I watched and I listened and I said, okay. And then there was some other shit going on, like off to the side, that wasn't related to you or me, but I was just watching it, and then I came out of it eventually. How did this get started? So I laid down tonight around 8:30ish, and I had trouble going to sleep. And I know sometimes when I have trouble going to sleep that I'm about to get a download, or I could be psychically sensing that I'm going somewhere, that I have something very important to do or whatever. So that happened when I had to rescue my Persian son on Astro. I had trouble going to sleep. I had the jitters because I knew I had to do that. I knew consciously I had to do it, but I also had trouble because he was tapping in I had trouble sleeping the night before because he was on my spirit. And then that night when I knew I had to go and handle that, I also had trouble sleeping. So how did this occur? When I went to sleep around 9 o'clock, I fell asleep for like, it wasn't long, like 30 or 40 minutes. I wasn't even fully asleep. I closed my eyes. I was trying to fall asleep. And that's when I started to see you. And over your head, there was a star. But it was like you had your hair like it is now, but your locks were much longer. And they were long enough to make a giant crown of a star over your head. So they were the same color they are now. And they were long enough to shape, but they were shaped into a star. But the star, I think the star was 7-pointed because, yes, let me ask, is it a 7-pointed star? I think it's 7-pointed because I want to say 8, but I think it's a 7-pointed star. It just flashed so fast. I saw it clear as day. It was you. It was a 7-pointed star made out of your hair. Guides and ancestors, was this a 7-pointed star above her head, above this empress's head? Okay, now let me ask an opposing question to make sure. Was this an 8-pointed star? No. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't know, my pendulum responds even if I don't open my mouth and ask the question. I can ask the question psychically and it'll give me the answer. But I usually do say it out loud. So that is how, when y'all have watched my pendulum readings, they start answering before I even get the question out. My pendulums respond, and as do my rods. They respond before I even verbalize it. They'll answer me. They said it's a 7-pointed star, not an 8-pointed star, which is what I thought it was. Your hair was shaped into a 7-pointed star with the points, and what flashed, it was like a flash of light. 5 points were highlighted. 5 points were highlighted out of the 7 points. And it was the inverted Baphomet star. That's what was highlighted in your hair. Now, I mean, the crown was giant. If I had to measure it, I would say it was probably like 2.5 feet in diameter above your head. And it was, like I said, 7 points. And then the 5 points were highlighted, but it was the inverted Baphomet 5-pointed star, which we know is what? Order of the Eastern Star. Now, I'm not calling you an Eastern Star. I'm just saying, if people want to go look at the symbol, that's what I saw in your hair. And it flashed, and then I opened my eyes like, okay, that happens a lot where I get a flash in my psyche. And I just saw you there, and you had this crown of a star. So I said, oh, okay. I know what this is. So then I started to get curious, because that was the second time I saw you today. Saw you on Astral when I was actually sleeping. And then I saw you when I was just trying to go to sleep in my mind's eye. Kind of like how I saw Breenie Lee. How I said, if you didn't hear that message, you have to go back and look down my feed where I said Breenie Lee is a seraph. Her image flashed in my psyche, and she was huge. She was cosmic size, which they say Titans, Greek Titans, also known as angels, gods, goddesses, cosmic beings can be in that huge size. They can appear like that. Giants. That's why they call them Titans and Olympians. So I saw you that way. So then I said, oh, it was very profound. And I opened my eyes. I'm like, wow. And immediately they said, I was urged to ask, is this Empress related to me by blood? And they said, yes. I didn't pull no pendulum out. I said, is she related to me by blood? They said, yes. And they said, fourth cousin twice removed. Now, again, I don't have no proof of this, but I'm going to tell you something. The man who wrote me a message on my website messenger today, August 25th, 2021, that message came in this afternoon, right around the time you were telling me information on Astral. This man is from the Bay Area. He said, I'm from the Bay Area. And then I find out, oh, you are related to me. They said, yeah, fourth cousin twice removed. They said by blood. So I said, okay. Then like a more revelation came in real quick about some other ladies. They did not tell me your God name. They did not tell me your archangel name. Now, I know in the past you said that angels aren't real, but they are. I don't know what your stance is on that. It doesn't matter. So that's why I'm just going to say God. They didn't tell me your God name yet. And even if they do tell me, I'm not going to tell it publicly because I'm not going to tell it publicly. They said you are a God. You are related to me, fourth cousin, twice removed. You are spiritually initiated in a secret society and you do not know it. And you come from the same star system that I come from. One of the same, because I'm a hybrid. I come from Pleiades, the seven stars of the Pleiades, Arcturus, Andromeda, and Sirius. I'm a Sirian, Arcturian, Andromedan, Pleiadian hybrid. So I come from a bunch of, but they said, you know me and these other ladies I'm about to talk about going as far back on the earth realm as Atlantis, but going even further from there into the same star system, but I did not ask them which star system yet. They'll probably tell me that when I finish this, but they said you are a God. You are spiritually initiated in a secret society. You have been tracked by the powers that be in the U.S. government since you were born. You don't know you're spiritually initiated. It's probably going to come as a surprise to you, but you're not physically initiated, meaning you're not in nobody's real society. Like, not real society. I don't want to use that word. That's the wrong word. Nobody's physical lodge or temple. You're not in it physically. Like you haven't been at nobody's meetings. Or physical rituals is what they're alluding to. Now, I don't know if you have or not, but they're saying you are spiritually initiated. As am I. I've known this for a little bit, that I am. That's why I said, as Uther Pendragon reincarnated, I was and am still over the Knights Templar and a bunch of other societies. But in the feminine aspect, I'm a part of a special secret order that even my cousin Kenyatta Numhika, and that's my past life sister as well. She has even said that it's a secret order of. She didn't call it a secret order of women, but I'm calling it that. It's a secret order of women of Sybils that is activated within the earth plane that the government knows about and that the government has doing certain missions. So I don't know what kind of astral experiences these ladies may have, but if you've ever wondered why you have this and why you have certain experiences, it's because of what I'm about to say to the other ones as well. You are spiritually initiated. So you wonder why these low-level Illuminati niggas come after you? That's why. It's the same reason why they used to, it's the same reason why the Masons like me. Masonic dudes. Same reason why, low-level Illuminati niggas might not like me. You know what I'm saying? They see me as competition, some of them. They don't like, they like Sybils for what Sybils do, but remember, the motherfuckers was responsible for imprisoning and killing Sybils, and you are a Sybil. Going to the next lady. You are you are a Sybil as well. You are a god as well. I don't know why they say god and they keep saying you're a god. They're not talking about goddess. They say god. Maybe they'll address goddess at another time. But you say you are god as well. They said you are my third cousin twice removed. You are living in or around Detroit, Michigan, or somewhere around Michigan. You have relatives or family down in Arkansas. I remember you told me. Me and you have DM'd each other before. We've talked privately. We both had that, raggedy ass client start mess between us. The reason why she started mess is because she was sent in. She was sent in a way as an op, as a mole, which I kind of alluded to that when I exposed her. She was a fucking mole. But the reason why she was sent in, I'm channeling now, is to connect us. Because otherwise we wouldn't have never connected. I don't think. And I just heard, no, you wouldn't have. Okay, so she was sent in to do that op. Just like some of these people that were attacking me in the tarot community, they were sent in to attack me because it triggered me to be connected to my sister and my blood cousin, Kenyatta, who's also a Sybil, going back, way back before King Solomon, Pharaoh Solomon's time. She go back way, 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 way back, too. Who's also a god and also an archangel. You, too, are a god and an archangel. I don't know your name, though. You are one of the 72 powerful. So is the other empress I just got done talking about in the Bay Area. You're one of the 72 powerful angels. Now, not 72 demons, not 72 geisha. I said 72 powerful angels. As I said before, there's multiple archangels. Some systems or schools of thought only believe in one or two or a few archangels, but there's several. I've come to know who some of the others are. And the interesting thing is I'm related to all of them. I'm blood related to all of them in this life. I found out who they all just happen to be on YouTube too. For right now, the ones that I found, they all happen to be tarot readers, spiritualists, occultists, spiritual teachers, leaders on YouTube. All of these women. Now, some people might be like, well, where's the men? Ain't there some male? There are, I don't know what there's some male gods. Yeah, but they connected me with the women heavily because most of my audience is women. Like 76% of my subscribed analytics are women, and the viewership, I don't know how many extra viewers are women, but they said something like, actually it may even be more than that, maybe like 85% are women. So they're just connecting me a lot to the women. But all of these women that I have discovered are archangels I am related to by blood somehow. And some people might say, well, y'all, the slave trade, all of y'all would be related. That's not hard. It's not as simple as that. We all around the fucking same age range too. Is that a fucking coincidence? Now, there are some younger ones, but I'm just saying, but they not more than 10 years younger. Most of them. Not more than 10 years younger than me, but we're all around the same age range, usually between a plus or minus of 12 to 15 years at the most. But we're all like in the same generation, because a generation is 20 years. We're all in the same generation that I've discovered. All of us are in the same generation. Now, some people might, well, I am a millennial, and my sister Kenyatta is not a millennial in that generation. But in the span of 20 years, she's in a 20-year gap. So technically, if you throw out the little generational names that they come up with, like Gen Y or Gen X or Gen Z, millennial, she's still in a 20-year range. So this lady who's in or around Detroit, that the mole started shit between us, you're related to me too. They said you're third cousin twice removed. They said you a god, you an archangel, you one of the 72. You too are spiritually initiated in. They say you know it though. They said you know it. Or you have discovered it, or your ancestors have told you, which is a good thing. Now, you are a Sybil as well. All of us come from the same cohort of missionaries, is what I want to say. But we are Sybils. This is some kind of secret order. They too have followed you since you were born. They know you. They look out for you. They look out for the other empress, all of us. It may not seem like that. You may be, listen to my voice changing. This is throat chakra interference. It may not seem like that, but I know you may be like, well, they give me a strike. They were doing that shit to me too. Then they stopped at a certain point. So maybe after I tell you who you are, maybe it'll stop. Maybe there are certain antagonistic forces that will stop that once I upload this and the world hears it, and they understand that you are God and that they are targeting a God. I'm not saying that life is going to be perfect and all of that shit. I'm just saying they're going to stop fucking with you like that once they find out you one of the 72. Now, the powers that be in the U.S. government knows that, but I'm talking about these fuckers that are flagging your shit and messing with your shit. They're going to stop that shit. Because once they find out that you related to me, they know who I am. Once they find out, and I'm not saying I'm all of that. I'm saying once they find out you related to me and they find out you a god and one of the 72. Oh, now I remember. That's why they started out telling me about the number 9. That's why I said 1152 and 1053 and the number 9 and angel number 99. Because it's 72 is 9. You might want to look up angel number 72. But, or 72 or 27 may be significant to some of you. Where did I hear 27 today? 27, 27, 27. Oh, I remember where I heard 27 today. I was watching a workout and the number for today was 27. That's where I heard it. So, let me ask this. Are they going to stop striking her channel and her videos on YouTube once I put this upload up and they hear who she is? Well, are they going to stop that? Okay, they're going to stop it. They're going to stop this shit. Okay, I'm not saying that the rest of your YouTube presence is going to be perfect, but they're going to stop fucking with your shit. See, because they got mad when I been promoting you. They got mad. They get mad when I promote black women, certain black women. They be knowing who you are, but they get salty anyway. You know, it's kind of like how the other empress said, you know, low-level Illuminati niggas. See, low-level Illuminati niggas don't like high-level Sybils. They covet that energy and they covet that presence a lot, and they will latch onto you like a fucking leech. But some of them they have that love-hate relationship where they love you so much they hate you. It's actually hatred. They're so obsessed. And I know you know what this is about. So they're going to stop it once I put this up. Now, I don't know if you have any problems going on right now. If you're have any kind of jail going on or whatever. They're going to stop it. They're going to stop it. Going to the other empress. The next one. I've promoted her a lot. This lady. She's Jamaican. She lives in Georgia. She's an as they call quote unquote OBI woman. She has long, beautiful locks. I learn a lot from her, and I love to tap into her energy in her lectures. Okay. You two are a god, a Sybil, and you are spiritually initiated. You already know that, though. You already know you're spiritually initiated. You two are related to me by blood. I don't know how, but I'm gonna pause for a moment and see if they'll tell me, like the the modern term of it. How is she related to me, y'all? How is she related to me? It's a cousin, but it could, y'all keep in mind that even though I'm saying, like, they told me fourth cousin twice removed for the Empress in the Bay Area, third cousin twice removed for the Empress in the Michigan area. This Empress Sybil God is related to me too. Keep in mind that when they're saying cousins, that we can actually be a different relation in a past life. Like Kenyatta, also known as Let's Get Into It, Kenyatta Numika is my cousin, my blood cousin, related to me on my father's side in this life, but she was my sister in a past life. So I'm saying cousins. Yeah, we cousins in this life, but we were something else in another life. I don't know what though. I could have been one of y'all's daughter. I could have been one of y'all's auntie. I could have been one of y'all grandmother. You could have been my grandmother. I don't know. This is the exploration aspect of it. That this is the many more downloads that me and Kenyatta talked about that were gonna come. Our story was told in The Color Purple. I know that shit sound crazy to some people, but that is our story, except for the molestation and the incest aspect that was added for entertainment. But that is our story. I'm Nettie and she's Celie. She's older than me in this life, but I'm the older angel. I'm the older deity, the older god. But she even questioned me the other day. She was like, you show you younger than me? Because you show act older than me in this life. And I'm like, chronologically, I'm younger, but spiritually, I'm older. Not saying I'm wiser. I'm just saying spiritually, I got an older energy. That's why I come off as a hard ass and an asshole. And she's much more understanding on certain things than I am. I got that old energy on me. I'm young and shit. I have fun, you know what I'm saying? But I got that old energy on me too. I'm an old soul, and I'm scared, y'all. I'm scared. The bitch is scared to ask how old I am. I'm a bitch is scared. I'm like, most I ain't gonna ask you. I ain't gonna pull out that fucking mat and have y'all telling me these numbers because I'm scared. I already know I came here one time in 3008 BC, but I know, like, I saw that I was here before then, so I don't know how old I am, and even before I came here, before then, I was still existing. I am Venus. Venus, the planet, is old. We are timeless. Immortal. We are immortal. I understand why I was drawn so much to that movie they came out with called The Immortals. You are a god, you're a Sybil. You go back to Atlantis and into the other star system to pre-Terra Nova, like the others. They keep saying second cousin twice removed, second cousin twice removed, but that's a real close relation. That's a real second cousin is real close. But I keep asking them, psychically and telepathically, and they keep saying second cousin twice removed, second cousin twice removed, second cousin twice removed. They done told me that 4 times. That's a really close relation. Let me ask again. Hold on. Y'all, I'm in the dark. I'm talking in the dark. I got a little bit of night light in here, but other than that, it's dark. So hold on. Is this Empress that I'm talking about, who is Jamaican, she's blood related to me, correct? They're saying yes. Okay. This is the 3rd time they've said yes on that. Now y'all, are y'all telling me she's second cousin twice removed in this life? Second cousin twice removed? Okay, yeah. It's second cousin twice removed. Now let me ask an opposing question. Are y'all saying she's 4th cousin? 4th cousin to me. Okay, are y'all saying she's 3rd? They said no. Are y'all saying she's 3rd cousin to me? 3rd cousin. No. Are y'all saying she's 1st cousin to me? 1st cousin. No. Are y'all saying she's second cousin twice removed? Yes, it keeps saying yes 6 times. They've told me 4 times telepathically that it's second cousin twice removed, and then they've said twice with the pendulum that it's second cousin twice removed. It's not any others. Okay. So you check with your ancestors and guides, of course. Do your divining. You too are spiritually initiated. You already know though. But I needed to tell you all this because it'll help you make sense of things. They just wanted me to relay it, maybe to help activate or make, some connections for you. I don't know why, but I feel like even Jaguar Wright is related to me. I don't know why. I feel that way. I feel a strong tie to her and other celebrities. And some of you will be surprised, right? But I know you would be surprised. And I can't say who, but somebody I know is the mother of Beyonce. And some of you will say, how is that possible? Beyonce has a mother. That's her mother. Miss Tina's her mother. Miss Tina is not her mother. That's not her mother, allegedly. Somebody I know is her mother. And Beyonce knows spiritually that Tina is not her mother. Beyonce knows who her real mother is and knows the person that I know is her mother. Beyonce knows this. That's one of the reasons why Beyonce came to me and showed me and let me see that she's a water goddess. Beyonce listens to both of us, and so does Jay-Z. I told y'all about the astral experience I had where Jay-Z was present and I was with Rick Ross. And Diddy had some shit going on astral, and me and Rose was there, and Jay-Z was there, and I told y'all he has a very laid back, reserved demeanor when I was there, but he was observing me. And the reason why he was observing me like that is because he knew who the fuck I was. Keep in mind that these are all Masons. Okay, I done told y'all, me and Rose done been together a lot. He has a past life connection to me too. I don't know if it's a blood connection. I don't know. I haven't asked. But I think it could be. He's Geechee. And the family that I thought was my blood family is Geechee. But I don't know. I haven't explored it. If I do explore privately, then someone gave me some research on him, and there's a strong connection there between me and him. But when it comes to Jaguar, I feel like I have a connection to her, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I will explore it privately, and then if I'm allowed to relay it, I'll tell y'all, okay? Am I blood related to Jaguar Wright? Because I told y'all she's very powerful in the spirit. I told y'all that. I told y'all that a year ago, or whenever she came out with her exposés. It was in the fall, I think, or earlier this year. I can't remember. It seems like time has just gone by so fast, and it has. I told y'all she's very powerful in the spirit, and she pulled me in right away. As soon as she heard my video that night, I was in there. Is Jaguar Wright related to me? The singer, the singer, the singer Jaguar Wright. And they know who I'm talking about. I'm just saying it to slow my pendulum down. Is the singer Jaguar Wright related to me? Yes, she is, and she's a Sybil too. Now, some of y'all might be like, well, why is all of y'all black? Is it nothing but black Sybils? No, not all the Sybils are black, but they just telling me about certain ones. I don't know why. But these here ones is indigenous, African American, which is a misnomer that I don't use. Black American. African diaspora. Okay. There is another young woman who listens to me. I found out you're blood related to me too. And I'm going to try to describe you without giving you up, because I told you privately that you're an archangel. And I don't know how you take that information, but you are. You came to me for a reading, and there was an ex that kept coming up, a toxic ex that I told you was leeching your energy. You're related to me too, sis. Now, there's a lot of women who came to me and had readings like that, but how can I narrow this down so you'll know I'm talking to you? I think you went to New York University, NYU. Either you went to NYU or you went to Columbia. One of them two. I can't remember. I think it's NYU. Yeah, you went to NYU, I think. And we know a lot of people went to NYU, but you specifically went to NYU, I think, or Columbia. One of them two. I don't know why I'm getting them mixed up or meshing them together. But NYU and Columbia stick out to me about you. And I think it's NYU, but you went there. Graduated. You're blood related to me. That's why you were sent to me and drawn to me. You are another cousin, but they said third cousin once removed. But let me verify that. Third cousin once removed is this lady, this Empress, third cousin once removed of mine. Third cousin once removed. Okay, I'm going to ask an opposing question. They said yes, by the way. They told me telepathically, and then they said through the pendulum the same answer. Is she a second cousin once removed? Second cousin. Okay, they said no. Is she a fourth cousin once removed? A fourth cousin once removed? No. So you are second cousin once removed. Now, most people be like, hi in the world. I don't know. Like I said, I ain't got no paperwork. All of this is spiritual communication. All of these are downloads and revelations. And I'm just telling you what is true through my spirit. If I have made any mistakes, it was not on purpose. But everything they said, everything they told me telepathically, the pendulum verified it. Now, you too, if you work with a pendulum or dowsing rods, or even if you use tarot, you can verify, you can get with your ancestors, you can journey, you can travel, etc. I have seen all of these empresses, I have seen all of these empresses on astral, or they have come to me telepathically, or they have communicated with me telepathically, or they have come to me in my psyche, like in my mind's eye, or they have reported to me that they saw me on astral, or I came to them, or I protected them from something, or I helped them with something. So we are all connected. And as far as you, the one associated with NYU, They said you are being spiritually initiated. I think that's, and I'm saying think because I'm trying to like let it process in, let it come in as a full transmission. Because I'm speaking before I get all of it in just now. I believe that's why you got this problem with these karmics. And why I told you they were going to try to fuck with your crown chakra. Hold on. Is she being spiritually initiated currently? Okay, has she already been spiritually initiated? No. So yes, you're currently being spiritually initiated. Is this the reason for the attacks that she's been dealing with these karmics? Is this the reason why? They said you're being invited into the fold. You're being invited into the fold. They said something about I'm not downplaying what they're saying, but I said I'm adding in something. They said your initiation will be complete in October. And I don't know the intricacies consciously. I'm sure I know it on a spiritual level, but consciously I don't know the intricacies of your initiation, but they said it'll be complete in October. And keep in mind that in October, they wanted to remind me, yeah, that's when Pluto and Saturn go direct. October 10th and October 13th, they both go direct. Okay? They go direct one after another. So they said your initiation, your spiritual initiation will be complete in October. Now, I don't know what's going to happen for you in October, as in real 3D life, but they said your spiritual initiation will be complete in October. Okay, is her initiation going to be complete in October? Now I'm going to ask an opposing or strange question. Is her spiritual initiation going to be done in January 2022? No. Is her spiritual initiation going to be done in March 2022? Excuse me. Why did I say 2022? 22. No. Is her spiritual initiation going to be done in December 2021? No. Is it going to be done in October 2021? Yes. So pay attention to when October rolls around, and your mind will probably come back to this message. You two are a god. I told you you're an archangel privately. As more comes, I'll come back and tell y'all as I'm told. That's about it right now. They just wanted me to drop that bit. And all of y'all come from a very rich bloodline. Very rich. Okay, I know we've all been through like hairy and ridiculous ass relationships and marriages and shit, some of us, and but just understand that the kings of the world paid lots of gold to come and sit at your feet. Lots of gold and silver and rubies and emeralds and you name it, they came to pay to see you and talk to you and sit in your courts and learn from you. Don't you fucking forget that. All of y'all that I'm talking to, don't forget it. Go back and watch the movie 300 with Gerard Butler, okay, about King Leonidas of Sparta and Artaxerxes, which was the son of King Darius. And you know Darius was the son of Cyrus. Cyrus was in the Bible. They showed how Leonidas went to see that fucking oracle. The oracle at Delphi. He went to see that oracle, and you saw how he had to pay that fucking gold, right? And them old raggedy ass fucking men that were inbred took the gold and would keep them virgins and them women locked up as prisoners. And those virgins and those men, those virgins would prophesy, and the men would keep them as prisoners, and people would pay to come and see them like a fucking circus act. So don't despair when you see your channel having problems. It shouldn't have no more problems. Not I'm putting this out, but I'm just saying, you are a part of a secret mission. Whatever the higher thing is, I wouldn't be able to talk about anyway, even if I consciously knew. But you're part of this. So some of you, once you hear this, if you haven't had it happen, you will have all kinds of powers that be, and politicians and stuff that may come to you spiritually for information and assistance. And if you remember in that movie, or go back and watch it, if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. Those old men were inbred. Now, I'm not saying in real life they were inbred. I'm not saying they weren't. I'm not channeling that information because they told me don't channel that information. But not because I'm not allowed to know. They're just saying don't channel that. Don't elaborate on that. Those men received a lot of money because the oracles were working. And so the wealth that those men accumulated actually belonged to the oracles. They were the ones with the gift, the Sybils. That is what you are. There was a lady that came to me for a reading recently, and I told her whole line is full of Sybils and prophetesses. Whichever, Sybil specifically, but these women have been limited because of patriarchy and marrying no good ass men and all kind of foolishness involving men. Men have actually quashed the women in her line. This woman's from another continent, or on another continent, or was at the time. Guess what continent she was on when I did the reading, or what continent she's attached to? Africa. And a whole line through her bloodline, I told her why the women and why the situation is what it is. And she's like, thank you so much. I'm glad to know now. You've confirmed so many things that I've wondered about my whole life. I'm so glad to know. I didn't even tell you what I wanted to know when you picked it up. So if you wonder why I ain't got this, why I ain't got that, or, I want this, you gonna get it. Oh, trust me, you gonna get it. Especially now that I'm putting this out, you gonna get it. But it may not come how you think it's going to come. I'm not saying, and we, as in me and the powers, are not saying that you're gonna have 500K drop in your account tomorrow. We're not saying that. What we are saying is you will be taken care of. They owe you. They owe you a lot of fucking money, just like they owe me. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get it all at once. I'm not saying it's going to come how you want it, but they have an obligation to take care of you. And I bet you if you think back, you'll always notice, wow, yeah, I was always taken care of. I never thought of it like that. Go search back. How you always had. You may not have had what you wanted, but you had enough. And even if you felt like you didn't have enough, something always will come through right in the nick of time. And I just heard my ancestors say, show Liz. So think about it. They owe you. They've been riding off of your coattails and our coattails for a long fucking time, and they know that. Alright. But it's a very high divine mission involving the Sybils, and so don't be surprised when raggedy Illuminati niggas can't keep their mouth off of your name. They might be paid to do that. Okay, they might just be paid to do that. And I'll talk to y'all later. Night night. Have a good day.